From Reeves Immigration Law Group, this is Immigration Law on your side.
Immigration Law on your side.
We have Attorney Javier Diza of Reeves Immigration Law Group to discuss the most common problems, especially ng mga Filipinos dito sa United States. And he will discuss kung paano susolusyonan yan, mga kaibigan. Attorney Diza, what are the most common problems ng ating mga kababayan dito sa United States?
Yes, Johan, the most common immigration problems of our kababayans in the United States includes, I can actually summarize that into 3 or 4. No? Unang-una dyan yung overstay. We call it TNT or tago ng tago, meaning they exceeded beyond their authorized stay in the United States. That's number 1.
Right.
Number 2 is yung fraud or misrepresentation. Like yung pagpasok sa Amerika, ibang pangalan ang gamit, or when they applied for an application with the embassy or with the immigration service, meron silang hindi sinabi or meron silang sinabing hindi tama. The third one would be those people who came here as a crewman, right, and they jumped ship,
Right.
or who came here as a K1 or fiancé but they did not get married with the petitioner. So na-stuck sila doon. And of course, the number 4 would be those people in removal proceedings, yung mga dinideport na, yung mga kababayan natin. So those are the most common problems ng mga kababayan natin dito sa United States.
Yun. So, with the first issue na nasabi nyo, yung overstaying, marami ng mga ganun, TNT, tawag natin sa ating lingwahe. Ito na yung naging parang tawag dyan, TNT, tago ng tago. Ano po ba ang solusyon dito sa ganyan? Kung ikaw ay tago ng tago na?
Yes, Johan. Usually kasi, like for example, yung kababayan natin dumating as a tourist, right? So they're given 3 months or 6 months to stay in the U.S. Or, for example, they came here as a student visa but they did not go to school. So they already violated their status, or for example, they were petitioned to work as to a particular employer under H-1B, but that employer no longer wishes to employ the applicant.
Tama.
So essentially, these people becomes TNT, or they overstayed. They instead of them leaving because there's no longer available visa or their visa already expires, right? They stay. So yun nagkakaroon ng TNT. Now, if they overstayed for more than 6 months, right, and they leave the United States, nag-accrue sila ng 3-year bar. And if they left after a year of overstaying, then they accrued 10-year bar, meaning they are barred for 10 years.
Wow.
So that's why yung mga kababayan natin, they feel like, okay, bakit pa ako uwi kung ban na ako? So what are the solutions? That's the good question, because yung programa natin is immigration law on your side.
On your side.
Exactly. So we're trying to find solutions sa mga kababayan natin. So yung mga TNT, mahirap talagang makakuha na ng extension or change ng status once their status expires. There's no way, essentially under employment base, na makakuha ng green card. Now, unless, of course, may mga exception dyan. Yung unang-una yung family-based petition, Johan. So if they marry a U.S. citizen, or they have children who are citizen, or they have petition from their parents who is already available, they can adjust status. Now, that's a good thing about marrying a U.S. citizen dahil napapatawad yung overstay. So, for example, yung kababayan natin overstayed for more than 10 years, or 5 years, or 6 months. If they marry a U.S. citizen, and even if they work under the table, marriage to a U.S. citizen will pardon yung overstay nila. So that's a good thing to know, no? So family-based petition, Johan, employment-based petition, that's also, good relief, kung merong silang employer who's willing to petition for them. But the waiting time is much longer than the family-based ng marriage to a citizen, because that takes about 2 to 5 years depending kung anong classification yung petition sa'yo. But again, as my first premise kanina, mahirap makakuha ng green card if they overstayed. So the exception then is if they have filed petition before 1998, yung panahon ni Clinton, let's say, not necessarily directed to them or directly petition sa kanila, but for example, yung magulang may petition yung grandparents nila when they were minor, and then let's say hindi nila nakuha ang visa because the grandparent passed away, then they're able to use that kind of petition to grandfather yung overstay nila. So those are some of the solutions sa mga kababayan nating overstay, or if they were also been a victim of a crime, right? They witnessed a crime, right? And a victim of crime, and they reported that to the police and cooperated with the law enforcement officer for the apprehension, And for prosecution and apprehension of the perpetrator, then they can also are able to get a what we call U visa.
U visa.
Yeah.
Aha.
Those are for victims of crime. Now, meron ding T visa, Johan. Ito yung mga
T.
traffic naman. So for example, they were being lured to enter the US to work for a particular company, for example, pero hindi binigay yung prinamis na, the benefits or salary. In fact, masyadong yung kanilang living condition, masama. So, yun, pwede rin sila makapag-avail ng TV. So it's really important, Johan, to find out. Yung mga kababayan natin, akala nila that's the end of the world for them. TNT, tago ng tago for life. No, that should not be their thinking, because there are other ways. There are possible solutions for them to be able to get their green card.
Actually, marami mga solution, especially kung magko-consult sila sa mga attorney na kagaya nyo, because you know the ins and outs of all these things, no? Well, ganon, marami kasing mga tumatawag din sa PHLV radio na nagtatanong sa ganon nga, end of the world ba namin?
Yeah, there's always solution yun. Believe me, there was a time that a mom came to me for a different matter, pero nabanggit lang, nasaan yung anak mo? Sabi niya, nasa pulis kasi na-hold up siya sa train, tinutukan siya ng baril, kinuha yung train, yung kanyang tawag nito, yung kanyang cellphone and wallet and everything. Like, really? Ding ding ding, look, there's a solution for your son, kasi yung anak niya overstayed.
Was a victim of a crime.
Yeah, he was a victim of crime, and he cooperated with the police, so he was able to get that U visa, and after 3 years, Johan, he's a green card holder.
Wow. Oh, magaling, maganda, no? Yung iba pang nabanggit nyo kanina, attorney, when you applied, for example, galing pa sa Pilipinas or here in the United States, when you adjusted your status or something, and then meron kang hindi isinabi, meron kang hindi inilagay. In other words, fraud or misrepresentation. Ito ba yung malaking problema?
Yes, yes, Johan, ang karamihan sa mga Pilipino kasi pag they try to apply for a tourist visa, at hindi nila nakuha yung kanilang visa for the first time, second time, right? And then marami sa kanila gumagamit ibang pangalan, and ill-advise sa ibang tao na, why don't you try using this name, or somebody like, an agency would help them get a visa under a different name. That's another situation, yung fraud or misrepresentation, or dinagdagan nila yung kanilang qualifications, kasi when you apply for a tourist visa, di ba, ang gusto ng consular officer is to make sure that you come back to the Philippines, di ba? Yung tipong, what are your ties? Babalik ka ba sa Pilipinas? So you say that you're married, right? I have 3 children who are minor, who nababalikan ko. Meron akong business, meron gas station, meron akong supermarket and stuff like that. These are my income taxes. But yung pala, yung mga taxes mo are hindi valid. Kinuha mo lang sa recto.
Sa recto.
Yeah. Or for example, may bank account na certification allegedly from a bank manager na hindi naman pala totoo. So verify ngayon ng embassy na nung pagdating ng green card application mo sa US, you said you have this much money in the bank, yung pala wala kang mai-produce, and then they tried, and then the embassy or the USCIS investigates and found out na wala palang manager sa bankong yon. So those are the kind of misrepresentation that's very common sa mga kababayan natin, no? And of course that would be possible ground for inadmissibility. Pwedeng i-deny ang kanilang visa application when they marry a US citizen or trying to apply for a visa.
Yung mga nandito naman na sa United States attorney, marami tayong narinig ng mga kwento na nandito na at saka naman na-discover na may mga fraudulent applications sila in the past or something. Anong solusyon dito if they're being told to go home already or something?
Yes, there's always a solution, and but they have to prove something, Johan, no? Yeah, unang-una they have to have a qualifying relative. So ibig sabihin hindi yung dumating ka dito under a different name and forever na ganun yung pangalan mo. You have to do something, right? Dapat meron kang petition, meron kang visa available visa, no? So for example, nag-asawa ka, right? And then you have children, or meron ka ring magulang who are now green card holders or US citizen. So essentially what you're trying to prove to the immigration is that you admit your fault, right? Like, okay, I did that because of this or these reasons, no? I really wanted to help my family and try, to make a greener pasture and send my children to college and stuff like that. So with that kind of application, for example, if yung kababayan natin gets married, hindi siya slam dunk, kumbaga na may asawa ka at may anak ka, madali na ang green card sa'yo. That's not the case for people who had prior misrepresentation. They have to prove that the qualifying relative who are U.S. citizen or green card holders, parents, or spouse, would suffer extreme hardship. Meaning, wag niyo akong i-deport, bigyan niyo sa akin green card ko, because if you deport me, my spouse, yung asawa ko or yung aking magulang would suffer extreme hardship. Extreme hardship, hindi lang yung hardship, Johan, na tawag nito na mag-asawa na kayo ng 5 taon.
At maghihiwalay kayo.
Maghihiwalay. That's a simple hardship. What the USCIS wants to see is kind of extreme. Extreme in a sense na mas mataas sa hardship, higher than the ordinary hardship. For example, yung magulang mo, you are taking care of them because they have a serious medical condition.
Yep,
for
may
example.
disability or something. No?
Yeah, may disability. Kailangan mong dalhin sa doctor every once a month. Nagte-therapy siya or nagki-chemotherapy or stuff like that. That you are the only available person to assist your parents or your spouse. And of course, you have to show good moral character. Na ito, isang beses mo lang ginamit to, right? Na ginamit mo ibang pangalan, hindi mo na tuloy-tuloy yan. Kasi marami sa ating kababayan, tuloy-tuloy yan hanggang after 20 years. So,
iba na pangalan.
So if the immigration actually see that you are deserving that waiver, ibibigay sa'yo at bibigay ka ng green card. But it's gonna be a long, winding road before immigration will approve your case. You have to prove that good moral character and extreme hardship to your family.
Wow, talagang matindi. No? Nabanggit niyo mo kanina, attorney, yung marriage. No. Is there, alam ko, maraming mga fraud sa marriage in terms of...
Well, that's the one thing that yung ating premise kanina na yung TNT ka, even if 10 years that you marry a citizen, right? Napapatawad yung overstay mo, right? Even you're under the table, immigration would pardon yung overstay and even working under the table if you marry a US citizen, essentially. That's why marami sa mga kababayan natin na they're tempted to enter into marriage fraud. Now, we don't encourage marriage fraud, of course, if people come to us and say that, attorney, tinutulungan na ako nito and tutulungan lang kami. Right? Well, I don't want to be your attorney, right? Just because we don't want to tolerate fraud. But there are situations, Johan, where andun na yung sitwasyon. Di ba? Sila, mga tao, sila na mismong gumawa nito at wala na magagawang abogado kung nandyan na. But we have to face the reality that we have to do something then. Now, what we do for this kind of cases, the marriage fraud, now, if they're still together, and sometimes, even if immigration says this is marriage fraud, right? You need to overcome that. If they say it's marriage fraud, if you are still together, living together, then you have to prove it. Prove that it's not a marriage fraud. You can either refile the application or contest yung findings nila. Kasi there's a lot of ways for immigration to find out, Johan, if the relationship is legitimate or not.
Kung totoo talaga.
Yeah, kasi mahirap din ang marriage fraud kasi may penalty yan. May imprisonment of, years in prison and 250,000 penalty and, penalty under perjury.
Wow. So ganun pala, no? So merong imprisonment or 250,000? Wow.
Yes, 250,000 at hindi lang yan, Johan. The beneficiary na nag-apply ng green card through that marriage would be banned for life.
Banned for life.
For any other future petition. So nag-asawa siya and then immigration says this is a fraud marriage. And then they divorce and then marry someone else again and establish a family with the subsequent family, nagkaroon pa sila ng 5 anak, and that family would not be able to file a petition for him.
Wow.
Because of that fraud. Yun tatawag lifetime ban under 204C of the Immigration and Nationality Act. So what we do is that kung sila pa rin sa asawa niya na immigration says it's a fraud marriage, then you have to contest that and say it's not. Ito kami ngayon, ito yung mga documents namin, puntahan pa nyo kami. Kasi there's a lot of ways for them to find out. They either conduct an investigation. Early in the morning, they knock your door and say, dito ba nakatira si Mr. and Mrs. De La Cruz?
Right.
Titignan nila, nasaan yung asama mo? Ba't wala? Ba't ibang kasama mo? Right? And sometimes when people are, waking up early in the morning, tuliro pa, and okay, pasok ka. Nasaan siya? Yung pala ibang asawa kasama.
Iba na sa kakwarto.
Exactly. So those things happen and hindi lang yan. Or even if wala yung asawa, dun titignan nila nasaan yung gamit na asawa mo.
Right.
Your husband is 5'6" tall, bakit the mga t-shirt looks like 6 footer? So they really look at your belongings then, and stuff like that, and they make a determination. Magkikismis din ang immigration officer sa mga kapitbahay.
Neighbors.
Kilala niyo ba itong 2 Asians na nakatira dito? Ay, hindi. Ibang kasama yun. 2 babae dyan, katira dyan or something, So they all conduct those kind of investigation, but you need to prove and overcome and explain, why. situations, the findings of immigration is wrong. So yun ang yun ang pwede mong panlaban dun sa marriage fraud. Kung natapos na Johan, yung fraud na yun, and then there's a subsequent family, you can still apply for what we call cancellation of removal if they have been here for 10 years and the family would suffer extreme hardship also. But again, sa mga kababayan natin, I always tell them that you waited this long, na TNT or waited for an immigration reform hopefully, but don't engage yourself with a marriage fraud because there's really a very an adverse consequence of it.
Nako mga kababayan, very interesting ang pinag-uusapan natin yon. Sa mga bagong tagapakinig ng program na ito po mga kaibigan ang Immigration Law on Your Side. And kasama natin yon si Attorney Fil-Am Javier Diza ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. And nandito po kami sa PHLV Radio. Programang ito mga kaibigan every Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 7:30. And then kami po ay mapapakinggan nyo rin sa iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Spotify. And pwede rin po kayong tumawag at magpadala ng inyong mga questions kay Attorney Fil-Am Diza dito sa Immigration Law on Your Side. Mga kababayan, magbabalik po ang Immigration Law on Your Side.
Reeves Immigration Law Group has been representing immigrants for nearly 40 years. Reeves Immigration Law Group has been fighting for its clients through experience and expertise. With immigration lawyers you can access at reasonable fees even on Saturday. Payment plans are also available. Call us for your immigration solutions. We can do worldwide telephone and Skype consultations. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009 or call our Las Vegas office at 702-227-9888. Reeves Immigration Law Group's Las Vegas office is at 2770 South Maryland Parkway, Suite 105, Las Vegas, Nevada 89109. Reeves Immigration Law Group has offices in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco, China, and Philippines. See us at www.rreeves.com. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 702-227-9888.
From Reeves Immigration Law Group, this is Immigration Law on Your Side.
Immigration Law on Your Side.
On PHLV Radio. Nagbabalik na kaibigan ng Immigration Law on Your Side right here at PHLV Radio. Kasama natin si Attorney Fil-Am Diza ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. At pinag-uusapan natin yan, mga common problems mga kaibigan, immigration problems, especially ng ating mga kababayan. Attorney, napag-usapan natin kanina ang marriage. Ituloy natin. Ito bang mga na-petition as single, pero hindi pala single? Malaking problema ba ito?
Malaking problema, Johan, especially kung ang petitioner, ng parents nila are only green card holder because under the Immigration and Nationality Law, only a lawful permanent resident or green card holder can petition unmarried children. So once their children, yung son or daughter nila gets married, nare-revoke yung petition. Right. So in the 1990s, 80s, 90s until 2000, Johan, when you go to the embassy and present yourself as single, then the embassy would believe you. Now, if you look at the history kasi ng petition ng preference category, Johan, yung green card holder parents petitioning children, it takes about 10 to 12 years to 15 years. So, yung preference, minsan kasi pinetition mo, 25 lang yung anak mo and then they, another 15 years, ilang taon na sila by that time, 40 na, di ba?
Right.
So, they get married and they have kids. And, being a Catholic country, alam natin that, they want to follow their dad's last name and they are forced really to to marry just to protect, alam mo na, yung kanilang reputation and stuff like that, being a Catholic country.
Right.
So, those are very common kasi and then, pag dumating naman yung availability ng visa, gusto pa rin makarating sa Amerika. So, when they go to the embassy, they presented themselves as single. In fact, they're married and with 5 kids and they forgot that they get married and nakalimutan na rin may mga anak. Well, not necessarily nakalimutan, but just trying to get that visa. So, they come here in America, get their green card, work here, and earn living, papadala ng mga pera sa mga pamilya, but realize na malungkot pala ang buhay mag-isa. So they then come to us, attorney, gusto kong dalhin dito ang magulang, yung mga pamilya ko, no? And then when you ask them, how did you obtain your green card, then doon nila kinukwenta na I was married, blah, 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 or claim nila na nagpakasal ulit para lang maitago
Right.
yung prior marriage, but
Yeah.
believe me, there's no way na you can
hide it.
You can hide it because ang NSO natin, yung PSA, nandiyan lahat yung mga records.
Mhm.
So anyway, that would invalidate your visa. In fact, they cannot or unable to be a citizen. Yung mga kababayan natin na nag-present as single but they were married and they are unable to petition their family members. Yun yung penalty and they can also be removed or
Wow.
deported. So yun yung consequence niyan, Johan. But there's a solution for that. That's why ang ating programa is Immigration on Your Side, para bigyan natin ng kaliwanagan ng ating listeners and viewers that there's always a solution for that. You don't want to be alone, living alone in the United States. Malungkot pa ang buhay dito kayo lang mag-isa, especially if you love your family, and you still want them here, mga anak nyo. So there's a solution for that. There's what we call 237A1H waiver, where the judge, the only way to cure this, Johan, is to be before the immigration judge and request for a waiver saying that you've been here in the U.S. You admit your fault, and say that I'm a good, citizen. I'm paying my taxes. I'm contributing to the society. I'm taking care of my parents, and I was never been convicted of any crime, and I'm supporting my family. Tingnan niyo yung mga anak ko, doktor na, lawyer na, pinag-aral ka and everything. But sana wag mga kababayan natin, wag niyong hintayin na, maging professionals yung mga anak niyo at hindi niyo ma-petition na, do it as soon as you can. Find a solution to that because there's always a solution for the 237A1H waiver.
Mhm. Waiver, mga kaibigan. So the 237H1?
237A1H.
A1H waiver, mga kaibigan. Kaya kumonta kayo sa inyong mga immigration lawyers, especially sa ating mga kaibigan from Reeves Immigration Law Group, para malaman ang mga solusyon sa mga problemang ito, mga kaibigan. Attorney, isa sa mga talagang top-notch na mga napapag-usapan ng mga Pilipino dito sa Amerika. Napag-usapan na natin ng TNT, yung pag-asa-asawa, napag-usapan na natin kanina. Isa pa sa mga matinding napapag-usapan in terms of immigration na ating mga kababayan ay yung mga tinatawag na nagja-jump ship.
Yeah.
I'm sure mga kababayan nakarinig na kayo ng somebody na ganon. Ano ang sitwasyon nito? Ano ito, attorney?
Yung mga jump ship, mga kababayan natin, hindi yung mga tumalon sa barko or tumalon sa tulay. The jump ship. But seriously, ito yung mga crewman visa, marami sa mga mga ship natin, cruise ship. Johan, na maraming Pilipino diyan. If you go cruising, maraming mga staff na mga Pinoy. So, for example, nag-dock sila sa Florida or San Francisco for a day or two. Binibigyan sila ng I-95 para lang magliwalay ng isang araw or few days, dito habang naghihintay ng another destination.
Punta sa Disneyland or whatever.
Or bisitahin yung kanilang kaibigan.
No?
Yeah, they're given like a day or maximum of 30 days. Kaya lang hindi na sila bumalik. So ibig sabihin hindi na sila bumalik sa kanilang barko. So doon lumalabas yung jump ship. Or for example, parating pa lang as a crew member ng isang ship, tapos hindi na siya nag-join ng ship. That's also a jump ship.
Oh.
But their visa were given to them because they are crew members ng ship. Now, very harsh ang penalty rin sa kanila because even if they get married, hindi sila nakapag-adjust sa Amerika. So yun ang masaklap doon, na even if they have children, they get married, they cannot adjust the green card. Kasi compared to a tourist visa, or yung mga nag-overstay, they get married, kung violation lang nila is the overstay, then it's easy for them to adjust to permanent resident status. But unfortunately, sa mga crew members, hindi. They need to have that petition ng panahon ni Clinton, yung before 1998 or before 2001, but they need to prove presence before December of 2000. So medyo komplikado rin. Titignan nyo yung mga protection, mga batas na applicable sa'yo. Not necessarily, again, in-emphasize natin, not necessarily the petition is petition directly to you, but you could be a derivative. For example, noong 1980s, meron kang grandparents petition ng nanay mo, tapos yung grandfather namatay, hindi kayo nakarating dahil siyempre namatay yung petitioner, you can still use that. Because what the law provides is that you have that petition filed before the cutoff date, 98 or before 2001, provided that petition is approvable when filed. So, yun ang titignan natin. That's why it's really important din na makipag-ugnayan sa abogado, sa immigration law attorney para malaman. Now, if wala silang petition na ganon, it's not the end of the world then. That's why we are finding a solution for them. Merong provisional waiver. So, let's say nag-jump ship sila ng 2015, yung nakahanap ng asawa, nagkaroon ng 3 anak, no? And hindi siya makapag-adjust dahil nga jump ship siya, wala siyang 245I. So what we do is we file a provisional waiver. So kasi kung uwi siya ngayon at doon niyo kukunin sa embassy yung kanyang visa, 10-year bar siya. Doon pumapasok yung 10-year bar. So what we do is for them to be able to waive the 10-year bar, mag-file tayo ng provisional waiver. Habang kasama niya pa ang pamilya niya sa Amerika na okay, can I just file a waiver muna bago ko umuwi para sigurado makakabalik. So that's the purpose of the provisional waiver passed during President Obama's time to lessen yung kanilang separation sa family. Kasi pag umuwi Johan ang crewman, 10-year bar at nag-file ka ng waiver at na-deny, stuck sila sa Pilipinas for 10 years. Paano kung mayroon kang anak na 2 years old, paano 10 years old, mawawala ng ama o ina yung bata. So, what Obama did is, okay, file mo ng waiver, pag na-approve yan, pumunta ka sa Pilipinas for the interview, for the medical exam and interview, and balik mo green card ka na. Pag na-deny naman, andito ka pa rin. So, and hopefully finding a solution, another solution in the future. So, ito yung mga solution sa mga kababayan natin na nag-jump ship.
Wow. Marami talagang mga problema pero marami din mga solusyon.
That's correct, Johan. At malalaman nilang solusyon if they consult with a reputable immigration attorney.
Right. And kanya mga kaibigan, nandito tayo sa programang ito, ang Immigration Law on Your Side. As the title says, we'll try to put the law on your side para naman mabigyan kayo ng solusyon sa mga sitwasyon na pinagdadaanan ninyo, mga kababayan natin. Hindi lang dito sa Las Vegas, sa mga tagapakinig din ng PHLV Radio sa buong Amerika at kung saan man kayo nakikinig. So, Attorney Diza, anything else that you want to tell our listeners?
To all listeners and viewers sa Facebook page, and they can also see us on Facebook page of PHLV and our Facebook page at Reeves Immigration Law Group. Please watch us and share this conversation. We'll make it as a regular program every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Right? And it will be replayed on Facebook and social media of PHLV. Maraming salamat sa patuloy niyong pagtangkilik sa amin, and of course sa mga kababayan natin na wala pang papel dyan or may mga kamag-anak po kayo, please feel free to call our office at Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009. We have several offices in the United States. We are based in, we have office in Las Vegas, in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Makati, and China.
Wow. Okay, may Makati pala, no? So, mga kababayan natin nandyan sa Pilipinas ngayon, huwag niyong kalilimutan, meron silang opisina sa Makati, sa Metro Manila. Maraming salamat again, Attorney Diza, and surely on our next episode, maybe we can have our listeners engage. You can throw in some questions and everything. Mga kabigan, wag po kayong mag-atubiling mag-join sa aming programa dito sa Immigration Law on Your Side, dito sa PHLV Radio. So there you go, mga kababayan. Common immigration problems natin and solutions too from Reeves Immigration Law Group. For more information, contact Reeves Immigration Law Group at 1-800-795-8009 or visit their website www.rreeves.com. Mga kaibigan, meron silang opisina sa San Francisco, Los Angeles, China, Philippines, and here in Las Vegas, mga kababayan nating Vegas Pinoy, ang kanilang opisina ay nandito lamang sa South Maryland Parkway, 2770 South Maryland Parkway, Suite 105, malapit sa PHLV Radio, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89109. At ang teleponos, 702-227-9888, fax 702-227-8842. Mag-email mga kaibigan sa ating mga kaibigan from Reeves Immigration Law Group, lvinfo@rreeves.com. Ito po mga kaibigan ang inyong technical producers, yours truly, Johan Saison po ng Parkway Media Partners, executive production po by Reeves Immigration Law Group, and of course ang ating main host, Attorney Fil-Am Javier Diza of Reeves Immigration Law Group. Immigration Law on Your Side is on PHLV Radio every Wednesdays, 7 p.m., streaming via the PHLV Radio app in the United States. Our podcast version is available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, and on social media pages of PHLV Radio and Reeves Immigration Law Group.
From Las Vegas, this is Attorney Fil-Am Javier Diza of Reeves Immigration Law Group. Immigration law on your side. See you next time.